MIT has been an incredibly great innovator with online learning. So MIT started off with OpenCourseware over a decade ago. OpenCourseware really started a movement around the world. So OpenCourseware put course material on the web. So the same kinds of material that we use in our classrooms was captured and put on the web. So for example, if we had an assignment that we gave students on paper, a copy of the assignment would be placed on the web so that anybody around the world could get access to these course materials. We learned a lot from OCW. With edX and MITx, the idea is that we want to take it to the next level. We want to put a course online. So with OCW was course materials available online. Here it is courses online. And edX will offer things like interaction with the students. It's a bidirectional interaction where students can interact with the content and get instant feedback. There's also assessments and exams and tests that happen. There's also certificates that we give out. There's also discussion groups. So a lot of the two-way interaction, whether it's between students and instructors and TAs, or between students and students, or whether it's between students and content, all of that interaction becomes two-way. And that interactive component is one of the richer aspects of edX. This inaugural course started in March of this year, and we had students from 162 countries around the world taking the course. So we were really concerned, how are we going to support such a large number of students? It turns out that we had a discussion forum where students could ask questions. And it turned out that a lot of the students were helping each other. And so it turned out that the amount of time that staff, the teaching assistants and instructors had to put in to answer questions was actually much less than we had anticipated. And the reason was that the students were helping each other. The other big thing the students took away was the instant feedback. They would answer questions, whether concept questions or homeworks or exercises or exams, and they would get instant feedback on things that they did right and things that they didn't do right. And they got multiple trials to get things right. So they kept trying and trying till they got things right. And so when they got things right, they would get a little green check mark. And that green check mark became almost a sort of a cult symbol almost become a cult symbol in this course. And some students commented that they would wake up at night dreaming of green check marks. And this is an example of the gamification of learning, where instant feedback, kind of the instant gratification, if you will, is a big aspect of gaming that really causes students to get engaged, can get much more engaged than otherwise. So right now, this was one course that we offered in the spring. We will offer a handful of courses in the fall, in the fall of this year, 6, 7 courses. There'll be semester-long courses, but over time, it will be much more flexible. And some courses might be shorter, some longer. We'll have some module-level courses. You combine many such courses or many such mini courses or modules together, and you string them into a course. So there'll be a lot more flexible kinds of interactions available over time. But for now, it is semester-long courses. So on campus, we want to create blended learning models where you have a lot of online assets. You have videos, you have automatic assessments, and so on. Automatic assessments, for example, can make learning and teaching very efficient. It is much more cost-effective than having a dozen TAs and professors sit in a room all day and grade a homework or an exam or something like that. So online technologies, computer technologies, can make education very efficient. It can also improve the quality dramatically. So with blended learning models, students can watch videos, they can do online assessments, and then they can also combine that with interaction with each other in classrooms. They can interact with professors, they can do research with professors, they can also have help sessions with TAs, they can also do laboratories on campus. So together, this blended model can provide a much better learning experience for our students on campuses. So we've already begun interacting with courses on campus. So for instance, with the inaugural course, we had a small group of about 20 students on campus working as beta testers. And there, we had somewhat of a blended model as well, where the students would be involved in a help session twice a week. And students could also come and talk to the professors and so on. So it was not a full-blown experience, but a partial experience. But over time, we expect that these courses that are being developed will also have a campus component, either while the course is being developed or in a semester following the development. We'll create a blended model for on-campus. But we certainly expect to tie on-campus teaching and learning closely with what edX is doing.